So, Cyberpunk 2077 is seeing one hell of a resurgence with its amazing 2.0 update and the recent release of its only expansion, Phantom Liberty. Now, as good as some of them are, what piqued my interest the most was the new ending to the base game, depending on choices you make in Phantom Liberty. Now, previously, we had 6 endings. Path of Least Resistance, where V just gives up and basically blows his brains out. The Devil, where V decides to help Takamura get his revenge for Saburo Arasaka's death. V can choose to have their consciousness merged into Mikoshi or return to Earth to live out their final 6 months. Temperance, where V decides to have Johnny Silverhand take over their body and, return to Night City. The Sun, where V decides to return to Night City in their own body to live out their final days, becoming a legend and taking over the bar afterlife. V eventually meets a shady client, and this client tells V that he has, a last job he can do. They can do something about V's life, maybe. Taking the job results in V rocketing to space as they prepare to infiltrate the Crystal Palace Casino. The ending remains open-ended as the credits roll before V enters the casino. Don't Fear the Reaper is the secret ending of Cyberpunk 2077 and only becomes available if V's relationship with Johnny is around 70% or higher. Essentially, the same as the Sun and Temperance ending, but the final mission you become like a one-man army, saving all your friends who could have died like in the mission. And last but not least, my favorite ending, the Star ending. V decides to leave Night City with Pan Am and the Aldecados. I mean, you can leave with Judy as well if you romanced her and so on. But the Aldecados will storm Arasaka Tower with V, and Pan Am will take V out of Night City in the hope of finding a cure for V with some of their outside city contacts. Now, as a Pan Am romance enjoyer, this is obviously my favorite and probably the most optimistic ending out of the bunch. And I'm sad to say that even with the new ending added to the game, that still seems to be the case, unfortunately. This is mainly spoilers for V and the characters from the base game and not Phantom Liberty stuff, but essentially V gets to live without the relic overriding their brain, but it comes at a great cost. Reed helps V get surgery done to get the relic out of V's nervous system, making them unable to use any implants outside of basic ones to call people or browse the net. V also spent 2 years in a coma due to the operation, and by the time they get back to Night City, everyone they knew has moved on. Arasaka left the city, Takamura is still being framed for Saburo's death, Judy moved to Pittsburgh, and I think is getting married. Pan Am, in a phone call with Mitch, it seems to be missing, and doesn't want V to talk to her or know what happened to her, and she's really pissed that you gave her no clear warning that you were going to be, in a coma for 2 years, even though you had no idea. River's family hates him. Vic began working for a corp, and even Misty is moving out of the city. So V gets to live, but as a shell of their former selves, unable to be a merc anymore and destined for a life of obscurity. You can never really win in Night City. I am really disappointed in this new ending, but I won't lie to say that it doesn't really fit the world CD Projekt Red has built. Quiet life or blaze of glory. This ending strips V of all that he or she was and gives them a quiet life with no friends or loved ones in sight, truly becoming a typical NPC. So I still recommend the Star ending as the best, most optimistic ending for V and his romance partner. Here's hoping the protagonist in the upcoming sequel draws some better straws than what poor V and Edge Runner's David were given.